Hello, I'm Olaf Badozzi. I'm hang glider pilot in northern Germany. I want to introduce to you the setup of the rigid wing Impact. The Impact is designed and produced by the Impact team between 2000 and 2004. There are existing 8 examples of these particular gliders. The special feature of these gliders is the steering by ailerons and not by spoilers like the other rigid wing gliders. Inside of the D-box are stowed the ailerons and the flaps as well. Connected are the both wings by bolts in the middle of the wing directly on the keel on the 4 fittings. The aileron and the flap has to be set up to bring set tension into the sail. Therefore are some buttons and some knee lever systems to bring tension inside. Look at the banding line at the hinge line. This line will be straight if the aileron and the flap is connected to the wing. This brings tension into the trailing edge. The end cap of this wingtip is also the support for the winglet. For assembling, there is no tool necessary. Everything has to be assembled by clickers, snappers, or something else. Here you can see I put in 2 fittings inside 2 pockets inside the sail and bring tension into the sail by a button with a knee lever system. As the next step, I put inside a spanner or a tensioner inside a pocket at the trailing edge of the main sail of the wing. There are 11 ribs on every wing. These open ends of the ribs are the support for the bearing of the hinge line of the aileron and the flap as well. This is the assembling of the wingtip button. By the way, the Impact has a wingspan of 13.85 meters, and here you can see the tensioner, which is secured by a spring ball. On this day I had a lot of wind, and so I secured the sail directly at the keel. At the end of the beam of the aileron is a small axle, and the bearing for this axle is inside the end cap. And now I have to fill in the bearings of the aileron into the end of the rib. At the other end of the beam of the aileron there is axle 2, and this axle founds his place on a special fitting at the end of the rib. Here you can see how I close the tightener or the tensioner of the rib. There you can see the actuation of the aileron secured by a sleeve, and here's the lever. Put it inside the hole, and inside there is a button. Pull the button, bring in, click, and it's fixed. There you can see the bearing. The bearing has to be filled inside the end of the rib. And here the special axle and the special fitting for the final fixture of the aileron. And here the opposite side, the connection fitting and the securing sleeve, secured by a snapper. Pull the button, click. And now the connection at the end of the beam of the flap. The flap has a hole, and the axle of the aileron comes inside to this hole. Now the same procedure. Feel in the bearing of the flap inside the end of the rib. At the keel is mounted a special fitting for the final fixture of the flap. And you also can see the actuation of the flap. The zero position is held by a strong rubber. The weight of this glider is only 45 kilograms. Here you can see the axle as well. And now feel in the bearings inside of the ribs. And there the other pulley to bring the flap into the zero position. The surface of this glider is about 13 square meters. And there are two fittings for the connection between the two sail parts of the left and the right side, closed by a zipper. There you can see the strong wind on this day. And now I close the upper surface of the sail, bring tension inside, click, tension and click. So I'm closing the sail on 11 positions. During some measurements we tested the glider, and the minimum sinking is about 0.5 meters per second at 46 kilometers per hour. This makes an LD approximately 25. I think that's a very good number. And now closing the sail on the left side. And here you can see the connection fittings. Look at this. It is connected, and also closed by a zipper on the top. The next step is to bring tension into the whole sail by a lever. The transmission of this lever is nearly 1 to 10. It needs a strong force to bring tension inside. The next step is to connect the steering wires to the A-frame, one on the left, one on the right, nothing at the nose. And here you see the lines who are connected to the lever for the actuation of the flap. Here you can see how it works. There is a pulley inside the down tube. The gap, who's closed now, makes a significant better performance during landing. The effect is massive. The winglet has a turbulator on the inner side. This makes a better steering characteristic. Here you can see the turbulator. For better damping, I designed a tail wing. The whole glider is also tested without this wing by the DHV. It's load tested for 6G, but we tested and the result was more than 10 Gs. And the final is to fix the nose cowling. And now have a round view. I had a lot of very nice flights with this glider, especially in the Alps. You can see it on YouTube as well, directly on my channel El Aeroplano. Thanks for watching.